I'm Patti Browne, and you are in the strategy room. Despite serving a full first term in the Obama cabinet, Democratic frontrunner Hillary Clinton is making an effort to separate herself from the president's agenda. The former Secretary of State now saying she is opposed to the White House's Pacific trade deal, an agreement she once touted. Here with reaction are political strategists Ratner and Adam Goodman. Thank you both for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's called the Trans-Pacific Partnership. It involves 12 nations. It was finalized Monday after years of negotiation. It's 30 chapters long. It has not been made public yet. But Mrs. Clinton says, based on what she knows about it so far, she is worried, quote, "We have to have a trade agreement that would create good American jobs, raise wages, and advance our national security." But back in 2012, when she was Secretary of State, she said that this TPP was the gold standard of trade agreements. Ellen, what has changed?
Well, what has changed is that she's in a presidential election against somebody like Governor Martin O'Malley and Bernie Sanders, who have a very different viewpoint and do not support the Trans-Pacific Partnership. And that has put her in a very bad position. And so I think she has to take this position to win an election.
Adam, Ellen's basically saying that she flip-flopped for political expediency.
Well, this is one of the few times Ellen and I will totally agree. You know, it's interesting, Patti Ann, the day when we learned that foreign hackers were launching cyber attacks on her private email server. Hillary's now hacking away at her own record. She's changing her tune on immigration, gay marriage, the Keystone Pipeline, provisions of Obamacare. And as you said in the opening, now she's going after something she referred to as the gold standard of all trade agreements. And the reason that, and Ellen really put her finger on, the reason she's doing this is it's a political contest, and she's trying to tack left to make sure that neither Sanders or O'Malley or anybody else gets too much to her left to cause her any kind of angst.
You know, Republicans have been more supportive of the trade deal that the Obama administration is going for than the Democrats lately. The objective here is to deepen U.S. engagement in Asia, counter the rise of China. But Ellen, even Republican leaders lately are said to be concerned now about the final version. Is the deal just flawed? Is it in trouble?
They also know that it's an election year, and lots of people are concerned about American jobs going overseas, about lack of job protection and standards overseas. So we haven't seen the details of this Trans-Pacific Partnership. But yes, it promises more trade, more jobs. But what does it do to American jobs, traditional American jobs? And the thing is that in terms of Hillary Clinton flip-flopping, I'm not so sure. None of us live in Hillary Clinton's brain. But we do know that she is a political animal, as are everybody else that is running.
Yeah, and again, the details have not been made public, but the administration did release an analysis of what it says are the benefits of the deal. They say it will reduce or eliminate 18,000 tariffs on U.S. products, including beef and automobiles. It would protect patents for drugs, movies, and music, and it would raise labor standards in some of these other countries, among other things. Adam, ultimately, would it help or hurt Mrs. Clinton to break with President Obama on this trade issue?
Well, you just outlined a number of the arguments for. You know, the overall argument is we're trying to address the increasing influence of China economically in that part of the world. So there's real reason to do this. The issue here, though, politically, is Hillary, I think, is preparing for another name we haven't talked about yet, who's Joe Biden. And in a way, she's trying to position herself against the very administration that she served as Secretary of State for 5 years, as if Joe Biden gets into this race, Biden de facto becomes the surrogate for Obama, and she will be the anti-that to some degree. It makes for a very interesting conversation to come, and I think a lot of theater as well.
Yeah, and it is ironic, Ellen. I mean, you'd have two people from the Obama administration, Joe Biden and Hillary Clinton, one may be standing by some of what happened with the Obama administration, but Hillary Clinton attempting to distance herself from the Obama agenda, as we've been saying. Is that the right strategy against Biden, for example?
Well, again, one should be just in her mind for about 5 seconds even while she's planning her strategy. And I'm sure her people in her campaign are saying, well, what if Vice President Biden gets in? Well, what if he doesn't get in? How can you maintain your position with a lot of these Democrats who actually go to the polls? Not just say they're Democrats, but people who are committed enough to show up at the polls during the primary.
All right, we'll have to see what happens. Ellen Ratner, Adam Goodman, thank you both so much for joining us.
Thank you.
And you can check out foxnews.com for more on the 2016 presidential race. I'm Patti Browne. Thanks for watching.